So what's your, can I ask you this? Because there's a lot of this is a primarily male audience.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they look for guidance. A lot of them, are like, hey, I need a little bit of help. Like I'm a little lost. What's like your advice to a guy looking for a little direction? How do you start off, get centered to become successful, get money, get bitches? Like what would you tell them?
I can answer that question in so many different ways. There's like 10 different answers I can give. But I think truthfully in the world we're living in now, I use this analogy a lot. Maybe I overuse it, but you need to find a way to some degree to escape the matrix. And I say the matrix because the matrix, the way it is designed.
And you're not just talking shit because you've actually done that.
I've escaped the matrix.
Yeah.
I've literally escaped the matrix in nearly every form. So any form of oppression no longer applies to me. I can't be canceled. No, I can say what I want. My finances are secure. I've escaped the matrix. And when I talk about the matrix, it primarily applies to men because men are the backbone of the slave force. We always have been and always will be. And unfortunately now, if you're a law-abiding man inside the matrix, your future and the life that is laid out for you is nothing but depressing. You're going to go to school, you're going to get in debt, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a wife, divorce is coming, you're going to lose the house eventually, your job's shit, inflation's outpacing your wages, you're going to work, no one's going to appreciate it, now you're old and your life's over. That is the matrix for 99% of men, and you need to find a way to escape it. And I guess I was kind of fortunate from a young age, so I always knew that the matrix was coming and that the system is designed to oppress. The people who make the rules do not make the rules for the benefit of us. They make the rules for the benefit of the people who make the rules. And I knew that.
Yeah.
So everyone knows this, right?
That's true.
So you have to find a way to escape the matrix to some degree.
But wait, let me stop you. When you say you intrinsically knew this, I feel like a lot of people would assume that somebody is giving you some guidance too. Like, did you have somebody that was, kind of laying some of this out to you, like a male figure that was informing you a bit?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have the most fantastic father on the planet. So my dad did make a lot of things very clear to me from a young age. My father was a chess grandmaster, and he was a nomadic individual. So he lived in a car or in random hotels and floated around the world playing chess.
And these chess grandmasters are all like so smart that becomes like a common thing.
They're so smart that they're socially weird.
Yeah.
So like my father was socially strange. But he was a genius. And on top of that, he's like a 6'4" black dude. So it's very unusual, like a chess grandmaster, but he's also physically intimidating. Yeah. But he's also socially weird. So he's a kind of weird guy to be around.
Yeah.
But he was nomadic and he was just hustling. Sometimes he'd have to go down the local chess park and just hustle for dollars to eat. And other times he's beating grandmasters for 20, 30 grand paychecks. So it's it was an interesting life. And he taught me a lot about the fact that the system is absolutely broken. It's designed to oppress. And that the majority of people who stick to the rules are going to lose. I don't want to sit here on a podcast that goes out to this many people and encourage anyone to break the law in any form.
Of course.
But the idea of the law-abiding citizen has been decimated in real time. In the last 3 years ago, you could stand there and proudly say, I'm a law-abiding citizen. The last 2 years, if they have not taught you that being a law-abiding citizen is going to turn you nothing into a fucking experiment for Big Pharma, then you're an idiot. You can no longer obey the law. And I'm not saying you have to break the law, but you need to find a way to do what the elites do, which is bend the law. You can no longer sit there and go, I'm just going to follow the rules and it's going to be okay. No, it isn't. And if you're a man, it's your job to find a way to not be sticking to those rules enough to escape the matrix and become free. Because what's actually most crazy about this period of history is that it's actually the easiest time in human history to become rich. And the reason for that is because there's so many people inside the matrix being destroyed. Money has to go somewhere. I've made so much money during COVID, it's absolutely incredible, right? Yeah. And a whole bunch of people got lucky. You buy a crypto coin, it fucking goes up 100x and this kind of crap. Like there's money just flowing around the world. But I genuinely believe we're living in a pivotal period of human history.
Yeah.
I believe that things are about to get a lot worse before they get better.
Yes.
And I believe that anyone who thinks like me and is aligned with me and understands about the global enslavement, if they're going to be on my team, I want them to be rich. Money gives you power. Yeah. So I am teaching anybody who will listen to my videos and understand what I'm saying and doesn't hate me, how to make as much money as possible. Because when the time comes and the battle call is made, I need rich people around me. You think in 10 years from now, things are going to be better? Like, what's out of you out of your fucking mind? You need to prepare for this. And the whole idea of prepping in the old traditional sense of buying a bunch of food and hiding in the forest and the cabin in the woods, that ain't going to work either. You need a global network. You need a secret society. You need places you can hide. You need money. And you need the ability to bounce. That's what you need. That's what I have.
If you believe it and you understand it, that's the first stage. And that's also something a lot of men at home don't understand. If I lost everything today, it would be the men I know that helped me get it all back. It wouldn't be the women I can sleep with. It wouldn't be you know, all the cars I already have or all the status I already have, whatever. It would be the men I know when shit hits the fan that I'd be calling to try and get everything back. And that's how important it is. It's your parachute and it's your safety net. And it's also the thing that's going to keep you on top regardless of what happens to you. So if you're sitting here saying, I don't want to be a fantastic man, then you don't want a fantastic network and you're in big trouble. I have a lot of people ask me, hey, how do I come across as high value? Be high value? How about that? That's the easiest way to do it. Why are you trying to fake? Why are you trying to lie? And I think the world, especially as it gets more and more polarized and as things get worse and worse, especially in the Western world, your network is the most important thing. And there's a sense of contentment that comes from doing the things you're supposed to do. It doesn't even, people say it's the journey, not the destination. That's true. But I wake up and if I have a day where I've worked as hard as I can, I've trained and done all the training I'm supposed to do, I've spoken to all the people I'm supposed to speak to, I've eaten right, I've done everything right, I feel happy just from doing the right things. You do the right things over and over again, you're going to end up in the right place. It's all building blocks. You should feel good from just doing the right things regardless, and you'll end up there on accident. Life is actually very easy to succeed in. And I get all the questions we've been asked so far today, and all the questions we get asked in general are basically different versions of the same question. How do I achieve X? And the answer is always going to be hard work. There's always going to be the sentence and the saying I use over and over again that people think is a joke. Unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. The ability to pay attention, notice things, and never quit. That's all it is. Pay attention, notice things, and never give up. And if you do that, you're going to succeed. It is so easy to be successful in life. When I meet a person who's not successful, I have to analyze, why did this guy decide to quit? What was more interesting to him than being the man he could have been? Was it food? Was it that one chick who broke his heart and just ran him around for years? What was it that distracted him from his life purpose of being something that mattered? Garbage. And then in the end, you only end up sad. All these temporary happinesses, they don't last long. You can have temporary happiness for what? A day? A week? You can't delay gratification to have genuine happiness. All genuine happiness has to be delayed. It has to be, you have to go through the pain first. So that's the question. So anyone at home in the chat, I want you to tell us what you are doing right now in your life to adopt struggle on purpose. What are you doing that makes your life more difficult? And how is it you're going to benefit as a person once you've succeeded or once you've destroyed that challenge? I'd actually be interesting to see what people say. Money's an amplifier.
It's a handicap.
Yeah, it's a handicap because money's an amplifier. Money won't change who you are, it'll only amplify who you are. I'm not top G or whatever. I'm not the man because I'm rich. I'm the man because I was the man when I was poor and then I became rich. If you're a dork and you get rich, you're just a very rich dork. It makes you a lot worse. So I feel like, especially a lot of you out there, a lot of you are desperate to make money. Money can be the worst thing that happened to a lot of men because it's going to amplify who you are.
Once you start making money, you realize there's so much more to life than money.
Do you feel like those most of those people are just not like alert? They're not awake, right? They're just kind of following along.
We suffer. The modern world suffers from bout of cowardice. The average man in the world today is just a fucking coward. It's not that he doesn't pay attention. It's not that he doesn't know. Yeah. It's that if he pretends it isn't there, it's ostrich shit. Yeah. I'm just going to hide. I don't know what to do, so I want to hide from it. It can't possibly be true. No, they can't possibly have lied about that.
Oh,
no, it's all cowardice, right? Yeah. Because you're a coward. Because when you accept the realities, now you need to do something. You're implored to act. Yeah. They don't want that. So we're suffering from a massive pandemic of cowardice. That's the only pandemic in the world today. I see it. Men say it all the time. Well, it's not that bad. You know it's that bad. You're just too pussy to admit it because you don't know what to fucking do about it.